Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking an absolute superpower. We're diving deep into Module 3 of Dave Beers' generative AI training, titled Prompting Like a Pro. Look, Dave is a globally recognized expert. He's taught over 1 million students. And today, we're taking his masterclass and distilling it into a completely actionable guide. If you've ever felt like, you just aren't getting the most out of AI, or maybe you thought you needed some heavy coding background to make it sing, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to completely transform how you interact with AI, taking you from a frustrated beginner straight to an absolute pro.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with Meet Your AI Intern, then explore the information hierarchy. After that, we'll master the Create framework, learn to scale our work in using variables and patterns, perfect our outputs with the 3 C's of refining, and finally, tie the whole shebang together in workflows and final recap. We are moving fast from basic interaction right up to advanced professional-grade collaboration. All right, let's dive right into Section 1, Meet Your AI Intern, Shifting the Paradigm. The very first step to really mastering AI, it actually has absolutely nothing to do with technology. Zero. It has everything to do with how you view the tool itself. We've got to completely shift our paradigm and start viewing AI not as a piece of software, but almost like a human relationship. So be honest with yourself here. Are you treating AI like a search engine? Because this is literally the most common mistake people make. With a search engine, you know the drill. You type in a simple query and you expect a list of links. But if you throw a simple, lazy query into an AI tool and just expect a stroke of absolute pure genius to come out the other side, you are setting yourself up for massive failure. AI is an intelligence engine. It's not just a retrieval system. Dave Beers has this brilliant analogy that really hits the nail on the head. He says, think of AI as the world's most talented intern. Just imagine this intern for a second. They have read every single book ever written, they've basically swallowed the entire internet whole, and they possess practically unlimited general knowledge. But, and it's a massive but here, they are absolutely dumb when it comes to your specific organization. They don't know your company's tone of voice, your personal goals, or the highly specific context of your project. If you don't give this genius intern a really proper, detailed brief, they are going to fail the task. Plain and simple. And that brings us to Section 2, the information hierarchy, quality in, quality out. To really understand why your prompts are either failing miserably or succeeding brilliantly, we need to look under the hood at how AI actually processes information. Ultimately, the quality of what comes out is entirely 100% dependent on the quality of what goes in.
Think about the actual data the AI was trained on, which is pretty much the entirety of the internet. Dave estimates that roughly 90% of the internet is, well, awful. About 9% is good, and only 1% is truly great. So if you just feed the AI a generic prompt, it literally just averages out all of that data. The result? You get something that's merely adequate. Now, to a total novice, adequate might look like magic, right? But to an expert, adequate is terrible. We do not want adequate, we want excellent. And to get to excellent, we have to actively guide the AI up into that top 1%.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is understanding exactly who brings what to the table. On one side of the equation, you have what the AI already knows. Massive amounts of general knowledge and domain information. It knows the fundamentals of dentistry or marketing or contract law. But on the other side, here's what you absolutely must provide. Contextual information about your specific company and specific task information about exactly what you are trying to achieve today. It's a simple formula, really. Human intelligence plus AI intelligence equals great output. If you leave your side of the board totally empty, the AI isn't strategizing, it's just guessing.
So how do we guarantee we're providing that critical context every single time? Well, we use a structured system. Let's move on to Section 3, the Create framework, structuring your brief. This is the core methodology of this entire module. It's an actual system used by Fortune 500 companies right now to turn totally abstract thoughts into a highly structured, bulletproof AI brief.
The Create framework is a highly structured, repeatable, mnemonic methodology for writing comprehensive AI prompts in plain English. And remember that, AI understands natural human language. You don't need code. This framework is simply a tool to make absolutely sure that all the brilliant, specific, nuanced information locked inside your head actually gets clearly translated and handed over to your AI intern.
Let's actually break down each letter of the Create framework so you can start applying this literally right after we're done here. C is for character. You start by telling the AI exactly who to be. If you say, act as a highly experienced, value-savvy accountant, you instantly narrow the AI's focus and set a very specific, professional, cost-conscious tone. R is for request. This is just what you actually want it to do, stated super clearly. E is for examples. Look, if you have past work that shows the exact style you like, feed it in. It's a total game changer. A is for adjustments. This is where you tell the AI what not to do, something like avoid corporate jargon. T is for type of output. Do you want a 500-word email, a bulleted list, a data table? Tell it exactly what shape the answer should take. And finally, the last E is for extras. These are things like telling the AI, hey, if you don't have enough information to answer this, stop and ask me questions first. Okay, so once you master that create framework, you're quickly going to realize you're repeating very similar tasks a lot. Let's shift to section 4, using variables and patterns, building a prompt library. We're going to set this up so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you open up your AI tool.
Take a look at this concept. Imagine writing a prompt that says, I have just been arrested for, and then you put the word crime inside curly brackets. Please advise. This is brilliant. By using curly brackets, you're creating a variable. You write your long, beautifully structured create prompt just one time, and you leave a blank space using these brackets. Then, at the very bottom of your prompt, you define the variable. You just write crime, driving 47 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. The AI seamlessly injects your specific variable right into the middle of the prompt. This allows you to build a massive library of powerful, reusable prompt templates for practically all your daily repetitive tasks. All right, now what happens when the AI finally generates its answer? Are we done? Well, let's move to section 5, the 3 C's of refining, perfecting the output. This is absolutely crucial because your work is definitely not quite done yet. Never, ever, under any circumstances, just copy and paste an AI output directly to your boss or, blast it out to your LinkedIn profile. Instead, you've got to run it through the 3 C's of refining. Step 1, confirm. Look closely at the output and ask yourself, did it actually follow my create brief? If not, give it clear, actionable feedback to fix the mistakes. Step 2, check. Look, AI can hallucinate. It can and will make things up with absolute terrifying confidence. You must fact-check the data, the claims, and the sources. Step 3, craft. This is where you take the steering wheel back. You must edit the text until it sounds exactly like your voice, not some machines. The final product should be unmistakably human. So we know exactly how to brief the AI, and we know how to check its work. Let's move right into section 6, workflows and final recap, deploying your intern. Let's see how we integrate these highly professional skills into our massive, multi-step daily projects. Here is the absolute secret to complex workflows. Grand tasks fail, period. If you just ask AI to create a marketing campaign, the result is going to be a generic mess. You must break large projects down into bite-sized subtasks. For example, for subtask 1, generate ideas. Well, you might assign that entirely to the AI just to get a massive, broad brainstorm going. For subtask 2, outline script, maybe that's a true collaboration. AI plus human intelligence, bouncing ideas back and forth. But notice subtask 3, the final edit, that is assigned to human only. You have to strategically decide where the AI handles the heavy lifting, where you collaborate, and where actual human judgment is absolutely required. Let's do a quick, complete recap of what we've learned today from Module 3. First up, talk to the AI in plain English. Remember, it's an intern. It's not a search engine. Second, always provide the specific contextual information that the AI naturally lacks. Third, structure your thoughts using the Create framework. Character, request, examples, adjustments, type, and extras. Fourth, never blindly copy-paste. You got to refine your output using the 3 C's: confirm, check, and craft. And finally, break your big, grand tasks down into manageable subtasks. AI should be used to amplify our human skills and literally grow our brains, not diminish them. Which leaves us with one final, incredibly exciting question. How will you brief your new AI intern tomorrow? You now have the exact toolkit used by Fortune 500 professionals to unlock the true power of generative AI. Don't let this knowledge just sit there idle. Take these frameworks, craft your very first master prompt, and go build something absolutely incredible. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.